y'all? It's your boy Deli, so go ahead and ring that bell. Subscribe to me so you can react to what I see. So today I'm going to be coming at y'all. We're going to be reacting to a video from WatchMojo.com. It's top 10 jokes only adults would get in SpongeBob. I always am talking about this with my friends, man. Like, you ever go back and just watch any just random episode of SpongeBob, you'll be looking like, hold on, whoa, time out. Like, what? No! Hide the kids, hide your wife, do something, like, oh! Like, there's some jokes in there that's like, I don't, hey, go in the room. Like, you know, like, I don't know. But, I mean, we definitely gonna see. Looks like somebody other than me and my friends took notice of that. I'm excited. I want to go ahead and see what they talk about as far as Watch Mojo. I mean, as far as the jokes, the adult jokes in SpongeBob. So I want to see if they called out some of the same ones that I peeped when I was watching. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video.
How did these jokes possibly make it onto a kids show?
Here you go, Your Majesty.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 jokes only adults would get in SpongeBob SquarePants. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're focusing on those jokes from the children's cartoon that were probably written in more for the parents watching the show than the target audience. Number 10. Blowing balloons.
Oh, Squidward's not at his post!
What do you do to help out your coworker who's fallen asleep on the job? Naturally, you blow up some balloons that you just so happen to have on hand and create a balloon animal likeness of them to take their place. At least that was SpongeBob's bright idea when Squidward was neglecting the cash register. You might not have noticed as a kid just how much the long, transparent balloons in question resemble condoms. Worse still is the image through the kitchen window of the balloons expanding as he blows them up.
There's something missing.
Ah!
Oh my God!
Number 9, the French Tickler.
She will never reach you. She must first pass through the 4 floors of fear.
Speaking of condoms, SpongeBob and Sandy have a run-in on Karate Island with a villain named the Tickler, who just happens to be French.
You cannot pass unless you defeat me, the Tickler, and my iron finger style.
His name in and of itself sounds pretty inappropriate without even knowing that French Tickler is a type of condom designed to enhance the experience of the person, let's say, getting tickled. That reference probably went over the heads of the kids watching. But not to worry, there was also the image of his giant hand tickling devices to scar them for life.
I could use a wet map.
Number 8.
Sorry about the scabies. Sure
Hello! My birthday cake!
Oh yeah, that!
Okay, they weren't even trying to be subtle with this one. Poor SpongeBob has spread himself too thin, promising to help Mr. Krabs fix his telescope, assist Sandy with a science presentation, and attend Patrick's birthday party and buy the cake. SpongeBob finds himself in a Mrs. Doubtfire kind of situation, running back and forth between the three. He forgets to pick up the cake for Patrick's birthday, and in his last-minute search for one, he can only find one with icing that reads, "Sorry about the scabies." There's no good way to apologize to someone for transmitting an adult disease. So why not a cake, we guess?
I haven't got all night.
Yeah, neither do I.
Number 7. Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
Sorry, I gave you herpes.
Adulting is hard. No one knows that more than Squidward Tentacles. Spending the rest of his life as a cashier at the Krusty Krab is definitely not what Squidward had planned when he was dreaming of being a famous clarinet player. In this episode, the very literal interpretation of Squidward experiencing the death of his hopes and dreams is definitely intended for adults watching the show. Mr. Krabs spots Squidward mourning a grave at the cemetery, and when he goes to take a look, the gravestone reads, "Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams."
What a baby.
Number 6.
I remember,
SpongeBob's
I
Nose.
picked up on that one.
I'm down here, sir.
The astonishing amount of penis jokes that made it onto this kid's show could warrant a list all their own. Representing them on this list is the time SpongeBob's nose popped up from the ground outside the Krusty Krab. At least we hope it was his nose. Upon Squidward's request, SpongeBob buries himself in the ground. And when Mr. Krabs comes looking for him, SpongeBob shows himself by shooting the tip of his long nose out from underground.
Squidward said I could help by burying myself.
The moment passes by pretty quickly. So it might not have even registered on a first watch that SpongeBob's protruding nose resembles another elongated part of the male anatomy.
Quit fooling and come on out. I need you to be in the commercial.
Me?
Number 5.
That one was kind of a stretch,
Exchanging
though. I
money.
don't know.
Well, Patrick, here it is. The Palace of Pranks.
Talk about a prank gone wrong. When SpongeBob and Patrick discover a prank shop, things get a little out of hand. They get their hands on a can of Invisibility Spray and decide to pull the ultimate prank. The only problem is, the invisibility paint stains clothes. So they strip down to their birthday suits, turn each other invisible, and terrorize the town.
Oh, Ghost!
Ghosts! They get their comeuppance when Mr. Krabs catches them with their pants down. The paint wears off, and they're left standing almost completely nude, holding a $1 bill. What's actually a
Why would
completely
only
innocent
adults
moment
understand
ends up
that
looking
joke?
like these two friends exchanging the $1 for some services.
Oh, I
Never
know
mind.
not these
Gotcha.
names of which
Gotcha.
you speak.
Gotcha.
Number 4.
Y'all just told me
SpongeBob,
you proved-
Patrick, and
okay,
Mr. Krabs'
gotcha.
panty raid.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid.
The what?
Yes,
That's
my
right,
adult
a
brain was
panty
slow on
raid.
that one too, huh?
Most of the dirty jokes on this show are hidden behind a thin veil, but sometimes they forget the veil entirely. Mr. Krabs spends an underwhelming wild night out with SpongeBob and Patrick in an attempt to reclaim his youth. The night goes from harmless
Oh,
fun
when they
to
throw the
actual
panties.
criminal behavior when they go on a panty raid.
Yes,
Just in
I
case you're
remember
not
that
sure what
one.
this means,
I remember that.
Mr. Krabs
Oh,
is
man.
sure to provide a
Dude, I
detailed
remember being
description.
like a little
And
kid
you're talking
wondering,
about
like,
raiding
how
their
in the hell
dressers
is this okay?
for their underpants, right?
Oh, yeah.
They actually break into someone's house by climbing through her window with a ladder. Thankfully, Mr. Krabs gets what he deserves when it turns out it's his mother's house, and she gives him an earful.
Go to your room, mister. You're grounded for the rest of the
I
night.
remember just thinking the whole time, like, how did you not
Number
know where
3,
your mom lives,
don't
bro?
drop
Like,
the
you're a horrible
doubloons.
son.
Now, Gary, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. Or the medium way.
Dropping the veil yet again, SpongeBob makes a very obvious prison sex joke in this classic moment. It's bath time, but Gary the Snail doesn't want to get in the tub. So SpongeBob tries to con him by pretending that the bathtub is a treasure chest and the bars of soap are doubloons.
Look, doubloons. Don't drop them.
We all know what the subtext behind the phrase "don't drop the soap" means. So when SpongeBob advises Gary with a wink and a smile not to drop the doubloons, there is no masking this very adult reference.
Never
Now, why don't
noticed
you just
that,
get in
but
the tub?
that's creepy. That is
Number
super
2,
creepy.
sailor talk.
Oh, hey,
Oh, yeah.
I think I know what that means. That's one of those sentence enhancers.
SpongeBob and Patrick have really done it this time. In their
He's
innocent
right, though.
idiocy, the two besties learn some new words from some writing on the dumpster behind the Krusty Krab. Much like children, they don't understand the true meaning of their new vocabulary words, and just think saying them makes them sound cool.
Hello, customers. Nice day we're having, huh?
That iconic dolphin censorship sound isn't fooling anyone, though. We all know why the town is so antagonized by the boys' sailor talk.
Let's go somewhere more family-oriented.
At least the boys learn their lesson when Mrs. Krabs finds out and punishes them. That is, before she stubs her toe and unleashes her own expansive vocabulary.
she went off.
Tartar sauce.
Yeah! My foot!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
This is the hardest part of every parent's life, I assume.
Despite all we've been through, it was worth it.
Yeah. Let's have another.
That's it. Patrick, your genius is showing.
That shit was creepy.
Where?
Sorry, Sandy, I have to go get my haircut.
SpongeBob doesn't have hair? Or does he?
Number 1, SpongeBob watches Sea Anemone.
I don't know. I didn't get that joke.
SpongeBob is a pretty excitable guy, but there's only one thing he could have been watching quite this excitedly. While flipping through the channels, SpongeBob stops when he comes across a dancing sea anemone. Something about the way SpongeBob lights up while watching this is the first indicator that the sea anemone might be doing something a little more racy than just dancing. The second indicator is when Gary walks into the room
I
and
do remember
SpongeBob
that.
changes
Yeah,
the
I
channel in a
remember that.
panic, claiming he was just looking for the sports channel. Sure, SpongeBob, the sports channel. We believe you. Clearly, SpongeBob was watching sea porn.
I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. I agree with they listed. I think there was one of them on there. The SpongeBob pop his nose out of the ground penis thing. That's a stretch. But outside of that, definitely. I mean, even beyond that, like there was still definitely like some fucked up moments in SpongeBob that shouldn't have been on there. So yeah, I definitely fuck with this list. I think when I was a kid, like I would watch and I would see this stuff, but like how most of it shockingly I would catch. But some of the stuff that would just go over my head was just kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, I know what that means, so I assume the other kids know what it means too. So I assume that it's not a big deal for it to be like the whole swear words things. I just assumed that wasn't like an okay thing, but apparently the fuck not. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, share this video. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what y'all want to see me react to next. If y'all got some suggestions, like always, I'm going to go ahead and leave my Twitter and my Instagram in the description below, so y'all can send me y'all suggestions and just follow me on social media. That being said, make sure you ring the bell for Deli Del. Subscribe to me so you can react to what I see. Peace.
Kenny on the fucking beat.